Last week, PAHO's Measles, Rubella, and Congenital Rubella Syndrome Elimination Regional Monitoring and Re-Verification Commission met to review the most recent epidemiological situation in countries of the region of the Americas. The Commission concluded and made a recommendation that I accepted that endemic transmission of measles has been reestablished in Canada. Until measles is eliminated worldwide, our region will continue to face the risk of reintroduction and spread of the virus among unvaccinated or undervaccinated population.
We would have to make sure they have an action plan, make sure they have 95% coverage of 2 doses of the vaccine, that they have rapid response, good surveillance, good laboratory network so that they can detect cases early.
Measles elimination is not tied to those one-offs that may happen when somebody travels overseas. It's tied to continual local transmission of the virus for an entire year. So losing elimination status means that the virus has been allowed to transmit in one continuous chain for a year now, which is quite a considerable cost and really an important public health setback.
متاسفانه بارندگی خوبی هم نداشتیم. ما 90-92% بارندگیامون نسبت به سال گذشته کاهش داشتیم و همه این عوامل منجر شده به اینکه ما وضعیت مخزنمون به شرایطی برسه که ما الان توی آبان ماه 8% آب بیشتر نداریم.
حتی ممکنه که مجبور بشیم بعضی از شب‌ها که مردم عزیزمون در واقع آرامش هستن تو اون شب‌ها که کمتر آب مصرف میکنن در واقع فشار آب را تا حد 0 پایین بیاریم و این خب کمک میکنه به اینکه در واقع ما هدر رفت آب نداشته باشیم. اما ممکنه برای مردم عزیزمون زحمت ایجاد بکنه. من تقاضا میکنم که نسبت به نصب ذخیره ساز حتما اقدام بکنن.
در حدود 94 میلی متر
مایان شدن سازه‌های سد،
سازه‌هایی که همشون به صورت
We had brought langar. There were huge sounds of blasts. My ears became deaf for 2 to 5 minutes.
My relative works in Chowri Bazaar in Chandni Chowk. He left from a shop to go to Kashmir Gate. As he came near the Red Fort, he was caught up in the blast and he died. We went there last night after we got the information. We just now got the body.
We received a call, the 911 call this morning at 10:19 in the 5700 block of Northwest 57th Way in Windsor Bay community here in Coral Springs. We received several 911 calls of a plane that had crashed in the waterway in the lake behind these homes here. Our fire rescue and police department responded. Our dive team has conducted a preliminary dive operation. We have not found any victims as of this time. We have not found an entire plane yet. We believe that it may be broken into smaller pieces. We don't know yet, of course. Again, this is very preliminary. We're not assuming anything at this point. But again, they did dive the water and weren't able to find any victims.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy talks Thanksgiving travel concerns on Sunday morning.
As I look 2 weeks out, as we get closer to Thanksgiving travel, listen, I think what's going to happen is you're going to have air travel slow to a trickle.
Last week, the FAA ordered flight cuts at some of the nation's busiest airports. The cuts come as many unpaid air traffic controllers have stopped showing up for work. He warns of the weeks ahead.
You're going to have massive disruption. I think a lot of angry Americans, and I think we have to be honest about where this is going.
On Sunday, FlightAware reports more than 2,000 cancellations and more than 19,000 delays.
This is what first responders train for. A crushed car, a trapped driver, minutes to get inside. This training is designed to save a life.
First and foremost, our role is to prepare the next generation of first responders.
Whether that's as a volunteer or fighting fires as a career.
I think the idea of being able to help your own community in times of crisis is a noble calling.
Boomer Strawn leads the Fire Science Technology program at Metropolitan Community College.
We get them completely prepared to handle this in an emergency situation.
But he comes from the front lines and knows what it feels like when the tone drops and your community needs you.
You get to fix an immediate problem, and you may not know what the outcome is by the time you leave, but generally you left them better than you found them.
All right, go. From Omaha to Lincoln and small towns in between, students come here to train. MCC holds Nebraska's only fire science program, and Boomer says the demand is growing.
In 2014, we had roughly 98 students. In 2024, we had roughly 740 students.
Most students want a full-time fire career. Only about 20% train to volunteer in their hometown.
I don't think it's just a paid versus volunteer issue. I think in general we need first responders within our 4 counties as well as all 93 counties in the state of Nebraska.
And even with growth in the fire science program, the pipeline is not keeping up. Across Nebraska, both volunteer and paid departments say they need more people suiting up. According to the National Fire Protection Association, the U.S. had about 1,041,200 firefighters in 2020, the lowest total since 1991. Most of that drop came from volunteers stepping away. 65% of firefighters in America are volunteers.
Everybody is needing volunteers. All departments in this area I know are getting busier and busier every year.
In Nebraska, there are more than 15,000 unpaid firefighters compared to just under 1,500 paid. And out of 478 departments, only 6 are fully paid. 449 are all volunteer.
We have one member that's made almost 680 calls this year.
Roger Peak has seen this job from both sides of an emergency call. He spent 27 years as a 911 dispatcher. Now he is a second assistant chief at the Irvington Volunteer Fire Department just northwest of Omaha.
We do everything, fire rescue, anything from assisting a party up that's not injured, to a CPR in progress, to a car accident, to a house fire. We respond.
Irvington may have 38 volunteers on paper, but only about 16 can consistently show up when the tone drops. Peak says new volunteers come in, but many do not last. Between long hours, constant calls, and burnout, they are losing people faster than they can keep them.
Our call load has gone up substantially over the time. So we would like to be up in that 45-50 member.
Training is not optional. Every volunteer has to be certified in both fire and EMS with continuing education each year. And all of that happens outside their daily lives.
The general population doesn't understand the time and the energy it takes to be on this side, because most of us, we all have families, we all have jobs outside of this, and then we still have to come down here and provide a service, plus training, continuing education.
Irvington is not just covering their own zip code. They are often the extra crew racing into neighboring communities when another department runs out of hands.
We may not get paid for that, but we're still helping people.
Paid or volunteer, they do this for the people on the other side of the smoke. For